Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and happy Canada Day to my Canadian friends and the vinyl community. Uh, in my opinion, Canada is and always will be a sovereign country and not the 51st state. Take that as you will. A lot of great friends from the VC from Canada. Shout out to Glenn Kellaway for giving me the colors and making me an honorary Canadian. Heaven knows I would love some Canadian weather down here in Virginia. It is hot, but I digress. I have a lot of CDs and records to show you. It was a big month, lots of great sales. I went to a record store locally and just really found some good stuff. So let me just jump right into the CDs here. I apologize that this is going to be long, but such is life. First thing that I want to show, this is called Oh What a Beautiful World by Willie Nelson. This is his latest where he covers Rodney Crowell tunes. Rodney Crowell, singer-songwriter, best known in the 70s and 80s for playing a lot with Emmylou Harris. Really, really beautiful record, great production, produced by Willie Nelson's longtime producer, Buddy Cannon. Next, this is Smoke Ring Halo. I got it the first of the month. This is the Wood Brothers. I saw the Wood Brothers about a month or so ago and needed this one to fill the collection. It's got some great stuff on here. The song Blue and Green is beautiful. So is Smoke Ring Halo. Really, really pretty record. Next, this is the latest by Drew Pulliam, Back of My Mind. Drew is somebody I just did a recent interview with on my channel. His management was very nice and sent me this burnt copy to review and go over. So I'm very happy to have this. Thank you again, Drew. Check out that interview. It's only a couple of videos back on my channel. Next, I got the latest from Van Morrison. This is Remembering Now. I have not given this one a listen yet. It's all original music by Van. His first original album in several years. He's done a lot of albums that are kind of hybrid with originals and covers. So I still haven't listened yet. I'm excited to delve into it. These last three I picked up from Dark Side Records website. They are an independent record shop out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Our buddy Chris Prophy, Musically Obsessed. That's his home record store. I found some CDs there that I really wanted. The first is Back from Rio by Roger McGuinn from the Byrds. I really wanted this because Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were all over this record. And the song King of the Hill is a fantastic tune with Tom Petty. So I'm happy to have that one in my collection. I picked up a couple of Brian Wilson CDs that I was missing. Obviously, we lost Brian back a few weeks ago. This is Brian Wilson live at the Roxy Theater. This came out in 2000. All the great Beach Boys songs you want, you know, California Girls, God Only Knows, I Get Around, that kind of stuff. But you've also got some deep cuts like This Whole World, The First Time. You have Kiss Me Baby. It's just really, really good. And Brian is in top form for latter day Brian Wilson. So I'm halfway through that. I was actually spinning that before I took my lunch break here. Next, this is the second album of Brian Wilson. I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. It's a soundtrack companion to the documentary of the same name that was produced by Don Was, who you know from the band Was Not Was. He's also currently touring with Bob Weir and Bob Weir's Wolf Brothers. And fantastic producer, great bass player as well. So this has a bunch of old Beach Boys songs that Brian's reimagined, including some originals from after the Beach Boys. He does a great version of The Warmth of the Sun. Just really, really pretty stuff. So happy to have that to fill the Brian Wilson void. Now, the rest of these are in no particular order. These are all records from here on out. I'll just jump into it. Well, I guess I could start here. Keep it Beach Boys related. This is a 45 by Andrew Gabbard and Kendra Morris, both off of the Karma Chief record label, which is an affiliate of Coal Mine Records. And this is a double A side of these two artists singing Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, the classic track from Pet Sounds. Really, really kind of spacey sounding stuff, really pretty pink vinyl there to match the couch with the giraffes. And if you kind of like that kind of spacey, cosmic-y kind of production, you'll really like this. I found it on Amazon for just a few bucks. So check it out. It's really, really good. Happy to have that in the collection. Next, I got another copy of Pet Sounds. This is a mono version from the 50th anniversary re-release. I didn't have a mono, I had a stereo, so I was happy to get this. And nothing particular fascinating about the packaging other than the hype, but it sounds great. This is the way that Brian intended the record to sound, so I'm happy to have a mono copy of that. Shout out to my boy Alex over at Beer and Vinyl, who alerted me a few weeks ago that Plaid Room Records out of Ohio had a few of these in stock. This is Smile by the Beach Boys from 2011, also known as the Smile Sessions, not to be confused with Smile, the 2004 Brian Wilson solo record. If you don't know, Smile is like the Lost Beach Boys record that was supposed to follow Pet Sounds, but things started declining with Brian's health, a lot of drugs, a lot of tensions within the band, and the record was eventually shelved. And then years later, people never thought this was going to come out. It came out. It's got some great tunes on there, a lot of which would be sprinkled in other Beach Boys albums post Pet Sounds. You've obviously got Good Vibrations on here. It's my favorite version of Good Vibrations. It's got a nice little kind of middle eight in there, as well as Heroes and Villains, Cabin Essence, Wonderful. It's got some classic Beach Boys songs on here. Really, really pretty stuff, great harmonies, some kooky stuff, but I really like it. So thank you, Alex, for telling me that that was in stock. I'm happy to have it on vinyl. Next, I've got a couple of new records thrown in here. This is the latest from Lucas Nelson. This is called American Romance. Lucas obviously is the son of Willie, if you did not know that, and just a fantastic singer-songwriter, guitar player in his own right. He's definitely going to be somebody like Jacob Dylan, who's going to be remembered as being Lucas Nelson and not being, you know, Willie Nelson's son, who happens to play music. I'm talking to you, James McCartney. But really, really pretty stuff. He's been on kind of the late night circuit promoting this thing. And he also put out this beautiful vinyl. So, you know, kind of reminds me of, you know, Harmony, Look to the Cookie, you know what I mean? So, very, very cool. More of a mellow album for Lucas. A lot of times his stuff is a little bit more raucous, but this one is more of a mellow, traditional country record. But it's really, really pretty. American Romance by Lucas Nelson. Next, this is the latest by a group called Camp. They're I'll talk about a lot on my channel. This is their latest album, Copper Changes Color. They're out of Columbus, Ohio, and kind of have this, you know, laid back, smoky kind of sound with the vocals. Very, very happy to have this in the collection. I've actually met this gentleman right here, Nicholas Falk, who is their new drummer. So very, very cool to have this on wax and really pretty light blue vinyl. This one I did a review on. This is the Speaker Wars, which is the album by Stan Lynch, formerly of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He put this band together, pretty rockin' band. They're staying there looking super cool. And really, really good stuff. It's kind of got a gritty sound, kind of like Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. But I did a review on it. Go check it out. I got a couple of the Rhino hi-fis that came out. This is Wilco AM. This has been a grail for a long time. My buddy Steve gave it to me on CD from A is for Alice, B is for Bob. But to get this on vinyl is truly a great milestone for my collection. Shouldn't Be Ashamed is on here, which is a great tune. This is kind of where Uncle Tupelo left off. It's the first Wilco record. Just great country rock. It's just really good. It's not really the indie sound that Wilco would be known for, like on a Summer Teeth or Yankee Foxtrot Hotel. But it's really, really good. I'm really happy to have it. And I also picked up Stevie Nicks' Belladonna. I got this more of because of my love for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Obviously, this has Stop Dragging My Heart Around. It's also got Leather and Lace, Edge of 17, After the Glitter Fades. Just some really, really good stuff on here. And I'm happy to have that as well. Next, another hi-fi that I picked up. This one did not come out last month, but it's been one that I've been wanting. This is Road to Ruin by the Ramones. It's my favorite Ramones record. People sometimes are surprised that I like the Ramones, but it's a great record. I love their version of um, the Searchers, Needles and Pins. Just really good stuff. So happy to have that as well for some Rhino hi-fi action. This was a reissue by Real Gone Music. This is J.D. Crowe in the New South, affectionately known as 0044. It's the catalog number. A lot of people say it's the best bluegrass record ever made. It's hard for me to argue with that. It's just, a super group of super groups. You have J.D. Crowe, Tony Rice, Ricky Skaggs, Jerry Douglas on here. Fantastic stuff. Very happy that that's now on vinyl as well. Let me see if I have... Okay, those are the new records. Here's some reissues and some just good deals that I found. I picked up 2 records at Barnes & Noble for their $20 sale. This is At My Age, Nick Lowe. This is one that I'm also very happy to have. I'm a Nick Lowe completist. This is on Yep Rock Records. Still haven't opened it yet. I bought it before I went on vacation, so I haven't given it a spin, though I do have the CD. So $20 for that. This was a double record. This is Reckoning by the Grateful Dead. I know my buddy Glenn Kellaway has been wanting me to get this for a long time. This is the Grateful Dead live and acoustic. It's pretty much like MTV Unplugged kind of style. And really good stuff. Definitely, you acoustic Americana fans, check this one out. This is the Brett Midland lineup of the Grateful Dead. I know some people are funny about Brett. I'm not. So check it out. At My Age. This was given to me, and again, I would advise you not to just jump on me for having this, because this was a sentimental gift. You can see my name is on it there. This was a sentimental gift by a family who I'm very close with, who had a loss in the family. It was a man that went to my church, one of my favorite people on the planet. He passed away, I think, sometime in May, and he, little did I know, took guitar lessons as a kid with Wayne Newton, who was from my hometown. And so his family wanted me to have this. They knew I collected records. So this is a very sentimental record for me. Wayne Newton, Somewhere My Love. So thank you for giving me that. Again, it's something that I will treasure and not give away. Let's see. I'm telling you, I've got all sorts of stuff here. This is a record. Well, let me not. Let me jump out of there for a second. Let me go into some of the the records that I picked up at my local shop, and I've just got to make sure that they are all in the same place here. Again, I went to my shop. They had a flip video for a Tony Rice record. They had received a Tony Rice record. They were showing a flip video. I was really hoping that they would have it. They didn't have it, so instead I just went and picked up a bunch of records that they had anyway. The first is The Byrds, Younger Than Yesterday in mono. This is an original Columbia 2i there. This is my second favorite Byrds record after Sweetheart of the Rodeo. This obviously has My Back Pages, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star on here. Why, Time Between. It's the Byrds kind of turning into that country rock style, but also maintaining that classic jingle jangle. Of course, by this time, Gene Clark had already left the group, but I'm very happy to have this to add to my Byrds collection. I also picked up a couple of these reissues from the 80s. This is the Byrds Untitled. This was the latter-day Byrds lineup. The only original member was Roger McGuinn right there, but you also had Clarence White, Skip Batten, and Gene Parsons, who are a fantastic lineup. And this is it's half studio, half live. They've got the super long version of 8 Miles High. It takes up a whole side. But songs like Chestnut Mare, Truck Stop Girl, yeah, just really, really good stuff. I love this lineup of the Byrds. So happy to have that. I also picked up Ballad of Easy Rider. Again, another favorite of mine by the Byrds. Same same lineup with the exception of you don't have Skip Batten, you have John York on bass, but great stuff. Obviously, the title track is beautiful. Fido is on here. Jesus is Just All Right, which you might know that the Doobie Brothers covered. Gunga Din is gorgeous. Tulsa County. It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, the Bob Dylan tune. So very happy to have that as well. I picked up the Dillards, Homecoming and Family Reunion. This was their album from 1984. Is that right, Drew? Somewhere like that. Yeah, the Dillards. Obviously, you would know them as the Darlin Boys from the Andy Griffith Show, and this was kind of the reunion of the original four guys: Rodney, Dean, Doug, and Mitch. So happy to have this. I don't know what this sounds like. I haven't listened to it yet, but happy to have it. I love the Dillards. I also picked this up at my shop. This is the self-titled by Robbie Robertson. I know my boy Rob at Northern Revolutions. Wanted this for a long time. This is produced by Daniel Lanois. Obviously, this was post the band from 1987. Members of U2 are on here. He's got all sorts of guest stars on here. Again, it's not one that I know much about, but I was holding it in the store, and the guy that was flipping next to me said, "That's a great record." And I said, "I'm going to take your word." I said, "This is a blind buy for me." $6. Happy to have it. The last pick from my local shop, I got in mono the Bee Gees Horizontal. This has the song Massachusetts on there. I love early Bee Gees. If you don't know early Bee Gees, you're missing out. If you like Baroque pop, if you like kind of that Beatley, psychedelic kind of pop, check out early Bee Gees. They're all fantastic. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this. The boys looking very young there. So happy to have that in the collection. I also picked up from Dark Side a couple of well, I picked up one record, is that right, from Dark Side? Maybe two. I know I got this one. This is the Souther, Hillman, and Fure band. Obviously, J.D. Souther, Chris Hillman, Richie Fure. All stalwarts in like the country rock world. Obviously, Souther, who wrote with the Eagles, Glenn Frey, Chris Hillman from the Byrds, Flying Burrito Brothers, and then Richie Fure from Buffalo Springfield, Poco. He was all over the place. This is a really good record. I listened to it today. If you like, the sound kind of sounds a little bit like Steve Miller when Steve Miller was going commercial, like Jet Airliner, but also has, Souther sounds a lot like Glenn Frey on the songs he sings. They pretty much split up the album so that they all have an equal distribution of songs, but it's really, really good. I actually really enjoy this a lot. I know Real Gone Music put out a reissue of this. I have not heard the reissue, but I got this for like $5 or $6. So happy to have that one in the collection as well. I think, what was the other one that I picked up? I feel like there was another one. I might have already showed it. Oh well. A couple more here. And then the last little section will be jazz related. I finally got a copy of Good Times on vinyl by the Monkees. This is their last album of original material. It was put out in honor of their 50th in 2016. At this time, you had Mickey, Peter, and Mike, who were all still living. There was an archival tune that they used Davy Jones vocals on from the 60s. One of my favorite records ever. If you don't know this record, if you like sunshine pop, if you like a little bit of jingle jangle kind of pop, if you like the Monkees, check out Good Times. They used some songwriters from the modern era like Rivers Cuomo, Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller, Ben Gibbard. Really, really great record. One of my favorites. It's my favorite Monkees record. So happy to have it on vinyl. I picked this up through Plaid Room. This was an RSD Black Friday. They were having a great sale. That I got this for like $9. Much to the chagrin of the price tag there. Flying Burrito Brothers, Live at the Bottom Line. At this point, you've really got a whole new lineup of the Burritos. You don't have Graham Parsons or Chris Hillman. You do have Gene Parsons there, who I just mentioned from the Byrds. You have Skip Batten also coming from the Byrds at this point. Sneaky Pete, Kleino, um, Chris Etheridge had just left. Let me see. Joel Scott Hill is on guitar and vocals. So don't know anything about this. I know a couple of the songs. I know Truck Driving Man, Take a Whiff on Me, Hot Burrito Number 2. So I'm excited to listen to that. Pick this up on Amazon. This is, again, part of the Abbey Road Half Speed Master Series. This is Psychoderelict by Pete Townsend. I think this is from like the 2000s. Have not listened to it yet. I'm excited to give it a spin at some point, but I'm very excited to have this in my Pete Townsend collection. All right, my last little chunk of records here are going to be jazz records, most of which I have not listened to, so I can't say anything educated about them, but found some good deals, and I'm just going to run with it. Got this through Plaid Room, introducing Kenny Cox and a contemporary jazz quintet. This is a Blue Note, very, very good deal on it. Yeah, don't know much else about it. Just happy to have a Blue Note. Here's another Blue Note. I got this through Amazon. Dial S for Sonny Clark. You have Art Farmer, Curtis Fuller, Hank Mobley, Wilbur Ware, Louis Hayes. So happy to have this as well. This is from 1957. All right. And the last little haul here, I picked up a lot of sorry, I was getting a phone call. Picked up a lot of albums from the Black Jazz label. I've only listened to 3. I'll show those first. This is The Awakening, Hear, Sense, and Feel. If you like kind of spiritual jazz, that kind of thing, if you like kind of, just, it's a little bit, out there kind of stuff, you'll like The Awakening. It's really, really good. Listened to that the other day. I picked up another record by them, Mirage, same kind of thing. Listened to that this morning. Chester Thompson, Powerhouse, really, really solid stuff. This is on a cool blue kind of smoky wax there. This is kind of more like Coltrane in the 70s kind of thing, like some kind of squonky kind of stuff, but also some really beautiful stuff. Yeah, he's from Santana, Tower of Power. I did not know that, but the hype sticker doesn't lie. Just a few more. Rudolph Johnson, The Second Coming. I haven't listened to any of these yet. I've got one of his other records. Really, really like it. Calvin Keys, Sean Neek. He's a guitarist. Again, don't know much else about it. There's not a lot of information. But yeah, I've liked everything I've heard so far, so I'm not scared. Henry Franklin, The Skipper at Home. Cool album cover there. I've got one of Gene Russell's records. This is New Direction by Gene Russell. Doug Karn, Spirit of the New Land. I'm happy to have this as well. He's an organ player. And then lastly, Second Wave by Roland Hayes. So there you go. That's a lot of music. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. If I did, you'll never know. Again, happy Canada Day to the people out there. And let me know what you think. This is a lot of music. All right. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. And we will see you on the